It is not Friday yet, folks. So I wanted to open up a new to me tarot deck that I got in my swag box for the kitchen table gathering that happened last year now, but late last year. I believe it was in November. And I got, oh gosh, I think I got 2 or 3 new decks in that box. I think it might have been 2. So one of them I already opened. It's the Ink Witch Tarot deck by Eric Mail that I already opened, and I bashed open this box. So I already have it in a separate baggie. But I wanted to open up the Luna Soul Tarot by Darren Schill and Mike Medaglia, who are the founders of Liminal 11, and that's who publishes this deck, Liminal 11. And before I even take off the plastic wrap, I figured I would just come on here and do an unboxing because it's the first time I'm opening this. And I figured I would do it live because, crazily enough, live video, I'm much more comfortable doing a live video now than doing a pre-recorded video. So if you don't already know who I am, hello. I am Hillary, professional tarot reader, demystifying the mystical and putting you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition, because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. My website is down below, tarotbyhillary.com. This is my full-time job. So if you'd like to book a reading with me, my schedule is open for the end of February into March. 5 days a week. I think I also am taking Saturday appointments as well. So check my calendar on my website, tarotbyhillary.com. I would love to book a reading with you. And if you're a newsletter subscriber, don't forget to use your discount code. That is for newsletter subscribers only. And I believe that expires on March 4th. So even if you don't get a reading by March 4th, I think you can still book a reading after that, and the coupon code will still be applied. So, use it or lose it, my friends, because I rarely, if ever, discount my readings. So you want to get on that. I do see we have someone watching. So please drop into the comments. Let me know if you're watching and where you're watching from. I would love to hear it. As always, for my Friday night episodes that I do every Friday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I talk about a different tarot or metaphysical topic. That is my standard live episode schedule. And I also put that up too. So yes. So we have all of these episodes already ready for replay if you want to look at any of them. So we talked about In Bulk, which was part of my Sabbath series. On Friday the 11th, I gave some live 1-card readings. Again, that's a rarity, folks. And then last Friday, I did a year-long spreads episode on the Amberstones method, which was really, really interesting. And I still have to put aside a tarot deck for that particular work. And then this week, Friday the 25th, this Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be talking about the 13 Moon spread, which is from The Wild Unknown and Kim Kranz in her wonderful Spirit Cloth spread. So, which is now, I think, out of print. I don't think you can get the Spirit Cloth anymore, and I'm very sorry about that because I really love it. And I wish they produced more of it. Maybe I should just reach out to them and be like, hey, can you produce the Spirit Cloths again? Because my tarot clients and my tarot students really like it, and they want to be able to have their own. But anyway, that's my usual schedule for live videos. But this time around, I did want to do a live unboxing because I happen to have a tarot deck that I have not opened yet or worked with before. So I wanted to do that with you guys. So comment if you are watching live, and if you're not watching live and you're watching the replay, you can still comment and let me know what you think about this deck. So I'm gonna go for it. So again, this is an unboxing of the Luna Soul Tarot from Liminal 11, which is Darren Schill and Mike Medigla. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your last name. Also, let me copy that. Okay, cool. Mike Medaglia, I think. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Please don't come for me. So I'm going to use my Pelican embroidery scissors to open this, and hopefully I don't completely injure myself in doing this. It is probably not the best use of my embroidery scissors, but I want to be delicate with this. So I don't think we're going to go or have time for the entirety of the deck or flipping through the entirety of the deck. Ooh, magnetic closure. I think there's a magnetic closure here, guys. I really like that. I'm going to throw this on the floor. I will clean that up later. Yeah, so again, this is Luna Soul Tarot. Beautiful box. So this is something that a lot of tarot readers, I know, myself included, complain about. And it's part of the reason why we look for tarot bags, tarot-sized bags, or that whole silk cloth rumor. Actually, let me make sure that this is actually broadcasting. You guys can hear me, because that would be pretty awful if I've been spouting off for the last 6 minutes and no one can hear me. So let me double check that first. Okay. Double checking things. Yeah, sounds good. Cool. For a second there, I was just like, Hillary, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Make sure that you can actually be heard and seen before you continue with the unboxing. So again, packaging is very important. And the whole thing about like, get yourself wrap your cards in silk, or get yourself a tarot bag to put your cards in. I feel like the root of that mythology is because the packaging for tarot decks wasn't really that great until recently, or the last 10, 15 or so years. And I feel like tarot deck creators have caught wise to that, and tarot deck publishers have caught wise to that, and now they're providing pretty great packaging so that the whole wrap your cards in silk mysticism kind of crap, or getting yourself a separate bag. No offense to tarot bag creators. There are some really fantastic ones out there that you should definitely support. Like Moonlit Fae is awesome. And I wish I had one of her tarot bags to hand. I have a beautiful one. I think I have two. One that came with the Pocket of Peers tarot deck by Jamie Sawyer. And the other one is an Aries one that I think Jamie Elford got for me. It was either Jamie or Melissa got it for me. I don't know. One of the two co-hosts of the Card Slingers Coast to Coast podcast got that for me. I think it might have been Jamie, though. So, yeah. That please support your tarot artists and your tarot deck creators and your tarot bag creators, because they're awesome. However, most of the packaging was pretty flimsy up until now. And now I feel like tarot deck creators and tarot deck publishers are really listening to tarot readers, especially high volume tarot readers, in the fact that their packaging is better, so that we don't have to unpackage our tarot decks and then put them into a separate bag or cloth wrap in order to protect it, because there is a phenomenon with tarot boxes. If they're too flimsy, you start to nick the cards and damage the actual tarot deck, which we don't want to happen. I mean, there's always going to be a little bit of a wear and tear with shuffling, and with if you allow your clients to shuffle their cards, or your just natural wear and tear. But we don't want that wear and tear to happen in the storage of the tarot deck. So this is the reason why many tarot readers complain about cardstock, because if it's too flimsy, like the tarot cards are going to be damaged and almost unusable when you try to shuffle them, because they're going to get bent. It's just like, And I don't know who is saying this. I'm going to try, hopefully it'll display. Because I don't know where you're tuning in from, but sometimes with Be Live, I can't display the name, and you have to, put your information in through the Be Live stuff. So yes, but Jenna's bags are just incredible. They protect the cards so well. An addiction problem, to be honest. Yes, that too. So, we have a problem sometimes with our tarot deck collections and, being a little bit obsessive for some of us, gathering up our tarot deck collection. Like, do you really need this many tarot decks? No. But it is beautiful to have that option, especially if you are trying to read your diverse clientele, and your diverse clientele cannot see themselves in the tarot so white patriarchy bullshit. It's nice to have some diversity in decks so that your tarot clients can actually see themselves in the tarot cards. If they don't see themselves in the tarot cards, the tarot reading, it probably will work, but it won't work as well, and it won't have really personal resonance or significance unless they're really seeing themselves in their lives in the cards. So yeah. But yes, we could become tarot deck addicts. We could also become Jenna's bags addicts for Moonlit Fae. Absolutely. Totally agree. So anyway, flimsy boxes don't offer a lot of protection. They can end up ruining the tarot deck or making the tarot deck unusable, which would be very sad for yourself if you read for yourself, and also for your clients if you read for your clients. And this is part of the reason why I say, if you're purchasing a tarot deck, make that decision on whether or not this is a deck that you solely use yourself, or it's a deck that you use with clients, because, shit happens, especially like prior to the pandemic. If I was doing party readings or I was doing event readings, I would be very protective of my reading table, especially for where people were putting their drinks, even if it's alcoholic drink or non-alcoholic drink. Like, water can damage a tarot deck just as badly as red or white wine. So, if you're reading at a high volume and you also are very particular about your tarot deck, and you use it at a party and that tarot deck gets ruined, well, what do you do? Especially if that tarot deck may not be in print anymore. So sometimes I would recommend getting yourself a backup copy if you do have the finances in order to do that. Have yourself 2 copies of your workhorse deck, or at least bring more tarot decks with you to a party, just in case, the inevitable wine spill or water spill happens to your cards. And also, maintain that space or that boundary and say, like, hey, please don't put your drink down on the reading space, because this is my livelihood and these are my cards and this is my tool with which to do my livelihood. So, anyway, packaging is very important. Tarot deck creators and tarot deck publishers have been listening to tarot readers about that. And so now we have much better packaging out there so that we don't have to use the silk cloths or the bags unless we have to for certain tarot decks. So, getting back to the topic at hand. So we have the Luna Soul Tarot here, and very nice packaging. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know where my speakers are on this. And I believe it has one of my favorites, which is, oh, please don't let me damage this. I believe it has a magnetic closure. Yes, it does. It has a magnetic closure at the bottom of the deck. So here's the upright. And this is an uplifting, healing tarot deck that reflects our beautifully diverse world. Again, diversity is very, very important in tarot decks. So if you're creating a tarot deck nowadays, please make sure, if you've got humans on your tarot deck, be diverse. There's no reason not to be, So the Luna Soul Tarot is designed to uplift and heal, soft color palette that gently warms the heart. This deck will wrap your intuition in a positive embrace. 78 cards, plus instructional booklet, and plus 2 exclusive bonus cards. So again, magnetic closure at the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead. I've already broken a couple of my nails. So Here you go. This is at the bottom. And when you open the magnetic closure, it says it's a poor sort of memory that only works backwards. Lewis Carroll. So clearly Alice in Wonderland like. Oh, oh shit. Nice. So look at that. I'm going to do that again because, okay, magnetic closure at the bottom. Open it up and out comes the deck. Oh my God. And then look at the inside of the deck. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm shook in a very good way. Oh, Jennifer's here. Hi, Jennifer. I'm gonna wait for that to pop. This deck is awesome. There are so many Easter eggs. Oh my God, Jennifer. Like, who's been sleeping on this? Who didn't tell me about this deck? I'm big mad right now. So look at this. I'm gonna assume that that's the world card, the imagery from the world card. And then you've got the sun on one side. And then you've got the death card. I'm assuming that's the death card. On the other side, we actually just recorded the Card Slingers Coast to Coast episode on the death card. We're trying to get back to going through the entirety of the 78 cards of the tarot in order. So, you know, we took a break on those, but we're back at it. So the death card episode was recorded yesterday. It's going to be coming up. We were talking about episode order, and also thank you all so much to those of you who were asking if we were doing something special for the 50th episode of the Card Slingers Coast to Coast podcast. We have some awesome ideas in mind, and since time is not linear or not truly linear, oh my God, are you serious? Hold on, I gotta stop. Oh, that's not going to bump up. So I know exactly who this is now. Hi. Hi, Amanda. Titus used this deck for your readings yesterday. I had no idea it was the Luna Soul Tarot. Oh my God, that's amazing. And thank you again for the wonderful reading. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Now I'm going to have to like look for the Two of Cups specifically in here and have it out to remind myself of the reading. So thank you. So yeah, we have really awesome plans for the 50th episode. It's not going to be like time isn't linear or whatever. So if you happen to see, you know, the episodes coming out and it's like missing the 50th, there's a reason for that, guys. And I will make an announcement when we have more information for you. But we're doing something for our loyal listeners, and it's going to be fun and it's going to be live. So, you know, think about that. Save your pennies because it will be a cost event with different tiers. But if you're wondering what we're laughing about as we're starting an episode or starting a recording, there will be an option for those people that really want to know what we're talking about before we start recording. So if that is intriguing to you, watch this space and I will give an announcement when we know more. So I'm assuming, so we've got the sun card on one side, we've got the moon card, I believe, or the moon card imagery on the other side. Oh my goodness. And I haven't even opened up the damn deck yet. This is just the packaging, folks. Packaging is so important. It's so important. Okay. That's the box. That's the inside of the inner box. So you've got the outer box. You got the outer box. And then you've got the inner box. Shut your mouths. Shut your mouths. Ooh, and we have this little nice square to keep things tight, little cardboard in there. So that's good. I'm going to save that. And I'm realizing, oh, look at the book. Oh my God, the book is so cute. Why is this so cute? I'm about to start crying with how cute this is. Shut your mouths. This is like not even fair. Are you going to have a beautiful death card too? Or a beautiful devil card or a beautiful tower card? I'm going to come for you if you do. Okay. So Good card stock. Solid card stock. That is the back. That is the back. If this is the back, then what is the front? I'm just saying. Oh, and Jenny is here too. Hi, Jenny. Nice to see you. I hope you tune in for the next year-long spread episode on Friday. Okay, so we've got... Oh. Do I go to the guidebook first or do I go to the cards first? I'm going to go to the guidebook. I'm going to go to the guidebook first. See, this is the reason, Jenny's comment right here, this is the reason why I prefer to do live rather than pre-recorded, because pre-recorded I've got no one to bounce off of. And even if you do live, like, okay, so the whole reason that I do live episodes now, weekly episodes, is because of Molly Mahoney's Prepared Performer and her program Camera Confidence, which is now called Show Up with Video. So if you've ever heard of her, or you ever heard of Camera Confidence or Show Up with Video, same person, same company and everything. And that is the reason why I look so polished and professional. You know, but one of the methods in that is the APR method. So you announce, which I didn't do this time around because I figured surprises are fun. Pretend, the P, pretend. It's just like if you're going live and there's no one there, pretend like there's somebody there. Because, you know, truth be told, there usually is someone there, especially if you're watching the replays. You know, like that's the, I love having replays because now I can always go back to that. Do I want to answer that? I don't know. Because we're doing an unboxing right now, Trishna, but if I have time, I'll circle back to you and I'll pull a card for you. Probably not from this deck because it's not seasoned yet. I haven't really shuffled it yet. But I do have another deck to hand. So, hold on to the end because this is an unboxing video, but, I'll go back to your question. I'm feeling, but you got to choose. You don't get to choose between new job or the current feelings of my ex. So Jenny says, I will be here Friday, late, but here. Understandable. I got it. I understand. But I think 6:30 p.m. works for most everyone, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. What was I saying? Yeah, so the pretend portion of it, like I don't have to do that because clearly people are here watching and interacting with me. But, you know, even the pretend part isn't really pretend because eventually somebody is going to be watching this, whether it is live or whether it's on the replay. And I can understand that whole fake it till you make it pretend concept because, you know, otherwise it's just like you anxiously looking for viewers and not really presenting what you want to present. So I totally get it. And then the R is repurpose. So that's the reason why I love the replays. I can take those at any time and actually answer questions or frequently asked questions just by directing someone to a video that I've already done, where it's just like, well, what's the purpose of significators, which I don't know if you actually recorded an episode here about that. We definitely have a Card Slingers episode because that is the most recent episode and that's a two-parter. So we definitely have the first part that like dropped last week. Or, you know, what is the structure of the tarot, or what's the difference between the 5s and the 7s of the tarot? We definitely did an episode on that. So I can just take a link to like the YouTube video or the Facebook Watch video and be like, actually, you know, I have an answer for you. And here is the answer. It's a video answer. You can go right there and then, you know, email me back if you have any lingering questions. So kind of love it. And I don't know, it feels more authentic. And also when people are wondering if they should book a reading with me, you know, they don't know how it's going to be. And some of these videos show them what it's going to be like. So, because, you know, sometimes it doesn't translate. Like websites don't really translate into like the live thing or the interaction or whatever. So you never really know what you're going to be getting with people on the internet. And I try very hard to have everything across the board remain authentic, because that's the highest compliment to me. When somebody says, I booked through your website and, here you are and you did the reading and it's exactly what I expected. Like your energy matches throughout. Like that is the highest compliment to me. That's the reason why it makes me really angry sometimes about scammers and spammers, saying things in my name or trying to be me or pretend to DM people and try and swindle people. I don't like that. Like we've got enough problems with the metaphysical industry with, flakiness and charlatans and everything without that kind of shit happening. Anyway, so here's the guidebook, the Luna Soul Tarot. Very nice. I'm going to assume that this is either the Page of Pentacles or coins or the Ace of Pentacles or coins, but let's look. We'll flip through. Super cute front papers. Oh my goodness. I can't even. Oh, beautifully full color guidebook, and it's hard. It's hardcover too. This edition came out in 2021, but the first edition was 2018. So this is, I guess, the second edition. Yes, you're right, Jenny. Cute little hardcover that'll pop up in a second here. Table of contents with a forward introduction, major arcana, exclusive cards, minor arcana, how to read the cards, few gentle tips, and some spreads as well. So cute. So this is actually a pretty thin volume here. So you're not going to get a full page, I think, for the minor arcana, but you do get a full page for each of the majors, which makes sense. A lot of decks or guidebooks do that. I'm going to look at the suits. Okay, so there are 2 exclusive cards. So it's still a tarot deck, even though you do have 2 additional cards. You have Wu or Wei, and then you have Duality. So those are 2 exclusive cards to this deck alone. Really pretty. Oh, so pretty. And then the minor arcana, you have wands, cups, swords, and discs. Okay, so it's discs instead of pentacles or coins. I need to see. So each of the minor arcanas have a few pages for all of the minor arcana. Very nice. And then it has a spread section, gentle tips, keep a journal is one of them. Yeah, totally. Okay, enough. Let's get to the actual card, shall we? Because I want to keep this tight so that I can post this on Instagram as well. So you've got the Fool. Oh, the Magician. Oh my goodness. Oh, put this back. Oh, the High Priestess. Oh my goodness, that's not even fair. Oh, my poor nails. I should have done my nails before coming on with you guys. Literally, anytime I get my nails to a nice length, I inevitably end up breaking one of them and just being very frustrated. The Empress. Try not to go supersonic here, guys. The Emperor. Oh, these are gorgeous. The Hierophant or Hierophant. It's actually a Hierophant that I like. Nice. I usually have a troubled relationship with the Hierophant card. The Lover's card. Now, the Lover's card might be featuring prominently right now, or that Lover's energy, because we are in a Lover's year in general for 2022, because 2 + 2 + 2 = 6, and that is equivalent to the Lover's card, is 6. The Chariot. I'm going to allow Jenny's comment to pop here, but she says, love that it looks pretty RWS-ish. That's Rider-Waite-Smith. If you're not familiar with the acronym. Yeah, so you've got room there, and most modern tarot decks are based off of the Rider-Waite-Smith symbology or iconography. I know of very few modern tarot decks that follow after Thoth. I think only like one comes to mind, which is the Marielle Tarot. Has a very Thoth-ish kind of vibe to it. So it's the Chariot. Justice. The Hermit. Oh, I like this Hermit. He's not like grizzled or anything, or no long white beard or long white hair like Gandalf-y. He looks more monkish than wizardish. Like that. The Wheel of Fortune has no business being that pretty. No business at all. Strength. Okay, so if you're noticing a flip here, this particular deck has the Strength and Justice cards flipped. There is a reason for that. I can't remember what the reason is. I feel like it's Golden Dawn magical tradition related, but I can't quite remember it right now. But yes, some tarot decks have the 8 and the 11 cards flipped. So Strength card in this deck is 11, and the Justice card is number 8. So keep that in mind if you happen to ever work with the Lunasoul Tarot. The Hanged One. Beautiful. And it has a birch in it. Okay, Bridget, I hear you. The Death card, yep. Like all of these are like too pretty. Temperance, gorgeous. This is not even right. This is not even right how pretty these cards are. The Devil card. Oh, that's so pretty. It's very like Horned One of the Woods. Very cool. The Tower card. Tower card is very beautiful too. Jenny asked, interesting card backs, not reversible, but I don't read reversals. Actually, it can, like if you just kind of keep in mind that like the bright versus dark, or sun versus moon. The name of the deck is the Lunasoul Tarot. So if you don't read reversals, that's totally fine. If you do read reversals, I don't think you're going to be entirely jarred by the backs. Like, yes, you could recognize that, the card is reversed from the back. But I tend to not be even in that headspace when I'm reading. Like I like kind of glaze over that because I'm mostly looking at the cards upright, but good point. So this is the Tower. Not even fair that the Tower's pretty. The Star. Again, trying not to get all supersonic on you guys. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. Wow. And the World. Oh, so that is the majors. I'm just going to quickly. Yeah, I know Jenny is giving all of these hearts. Does anyone have like any questions about this deck before I continue on to the minors? I'm not going to flashcard all of them. I'm just going to like show some of them, but I want to get back to Trishna's question about current feelings. So is it current feelings of your ex, or your current feelings, because honestly, your feelings are more important. Just saying. No, I'm not going to grab this one. That is my ink witch. And just Trishna, just let me know if you're still here. I'm going to pull anyway. I'm going to use the Fountain Tarot because that one's closest to hand. And then if this one card reading isn't enough for you, you can certainly book a reading with me, tarotbyhillary.com. And I have email readings as well. So, ooh, Jenny's got a good question. How does it shuffle? I don't know because I haven't shuffled it yet. So I'll shuffle it at the end. But I have a feeling that the Luna Soul Tarot is going to shuffle really well because it just has a good feel to them. It's silky without feeling too glidey, you know, like sometimes you do need to have a little bit of friction, but not too much friction and not too loose. Otherwise, like the cards will go everywhere. They'll either like if it's not quite in the middle, if it tends towards too stiff, you're not going to be able to shuffle it. If it tends toward too loose, your cards are going to be everywhere. So we'll check. So current feelings, my dear Trishna. Okay, so we're getting Two of Swords reversed. I'm using the Fountain Tarot for your question because it happens to be the closest to hands. So the Two of Swords is reversed. Here's what it looks like upright. Ooh. Jenny's got another interesting question about the Fountain Tarot. I'm actually going to pull from the Fountain Tarot's companion book for the Two of Swords, just to give you a little bit of, you know, companion book advice before I go on my own riff. So the Two of Swords in the Fountain Tarot are inner conflict, conflict between heart and mind. Strategies you have in place are unsustainable. There's a stalemate. But this reversal is the conclusion of the stalemate, trickery, deception, and dishonesty. So to me, it's just like the current feelings of the ex. It's just like, it's done. It's over. You know, there may be a little bit of, I don't know. It's just like, it smacks of deception to me. And it's also, you've got Two of Swords. So that's a very like in the head kind of card, mental card. So it's like, it's almost like, what feelings? You know, it's just like, I don't think there are really feelings to be had. You know, I feel like there's just such a disconnect that it's just like your ex doesn't even have access to their feelings in order to even assess what those feelings are. So I think, I know it's a cliche in tarot readings, but I think you're much better off. And I just feel like there was just such trickery to keep the relationship. That it's just like, it's not even worth it. And neither of you are really honest. So I feel like you're in a much better place now. So I hope that helps you, Trishna. And I would be happy to read your cards for you, book a reading at tarotbyhillary.com, email reading, phone readings, Skype readings available. So let me circle back to Jenny's question. What are you liking best about the Fountain Tarot? The Fountain Tarot, I really love the Fountain Tarot because it has, it's not really modeled after the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, as many, again, modern decks do, but it's also not Tothy either. It has its own reasons for the art. And this deck is something that like completely hit me between the eyes, didn't know about it, had no clue that it was even being created until I went to Reader's Studio, which is one of the largest tarot conferences in the world, usually held at the end of April every year in Queens. So they had a booth there, and I have to find out the publication date. Hold on. 2014. So it must have been the 2014 Reader's Studio. And it had already been sold out by the time they got there. Like all of the decks were picked and gone or whatever. And I was basically, I saw the prints of certain cards and I just started stalking the creators of the Fountain Tarot until they laughed at my persistence, and basically the writer of the Fountain Tarot, I think it was Andy, they ended up giving me one of their copies of the deck. They were just like, we can get more, but we'll sell you one of the copies that we have, because we like your persistence. And I went ahead and I did a review. So a review of the Fountain Tarot can be found on my website, again, tarotbyhillary.com. I will find that for you and drop it into the chat. But this happens to be the deck that I had to hand. But what do I love about the Fountain Tarot? The shuffling. Shuffling is really great with these cards. Wonderful card stock, beautiful back to them. The artwork is fantastic. Like the swords, like the Three of Swords the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords have no business being as beautiful as they are. And I really like the sword suit because instead of being swords, it's almost like they're shafts of light piercing, which is like phenomenal. And I really take my hat off to the creators. And so the creators of the Fountain Tarot, it's Jonathan Zaz, or Saiz. I'm going to butcher the last names. I'm sorry. Written by Jason Grohl and designed by Andy Todaro. So I believe I bought Jason's copy of the Fountain Tarot because of my persistence. Beautiful guidebook as well, really succinct and great. There is an additional card called the Fountain, which is like the last card in the Major Arcana. Instead of the World card, there's one additional card called the Fountain. But like, look at the the King of Swords. Like, it's almost like the swords are shafts of light. They're gorgeous. Like, I have to find the Three of Swords because it has no business being this beautiful. Actually, I think of the Three of Swords is actually on the review that I did. So I'm going to find that. I've got just piles of cards right now. So give me 1 second. But I will find that review for you. Piles of cards everywhere. I feel like a mad scientist. And I still haven't done the card of the day yet. So I'm going to do that. Probably from the Luna Soul Tarot. So, found it. Okay. And I used to do a lot of deck reviews on my website. So that's all there. Tarot by Hillary. You can find a bunch of deck reviews and book reviews. And I'm going to drop that in there. So Jenny will read the full review. It's going to be right in here. I'll go ahead and display it here, but it's just tarotbyhillary.com/deck review, the Fountain Tarot, separated with hyphens. Or you can just go on to my main website, and there is a search window on the side navigation that you can find it. But yes, that's exactly what I mean. Looks like a very different vibe from traditional decks. Yes, exactly. But like the Three of Swords is just, it was May of 2015. And it was self-published. The original version was self-published. So it's 23 minor arcana and 23 major arcana, 56 minor arcana, 112-page guide. Yeah, the Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the 10 of Swords, like the entire sword suit was just mind-blowing to me. So beautiful, beautiful deck. And I still have to review the, this one, the Luna Soul, but I still have to review Carrie Paris's Relative Tarot as well. So I think that'll be my task for this week, is putting up a review of that. So let me go back to looking at some of the minor cards. You've got the Ace of Wands, beautiful. 2, 3, 4 of Wands, gorgeous. Five of Wands. Six of Wands is beautiful. I mean, all of these, like, I could keep going. I really could. Oh, the Ace of Cups. Gorgeous. The Ace of Swords. Gorgeous. The Eight of Cups. Look at the Eight of Cups. I'm okay. I'm not okay. All right, this is another Three of Swords that has no business being this beautiful. Just doesn't. Same with the Ten of Swords. What the hell? Oh, so it's not the Ace of Discs, folks. This one. This must be one of the pages then. Let me look. I have to know. Yep, the Page of Discs. I don't know. Can you tell that I'm a professional tarot reader? And these are the two. I'll show you the two bonus cards though that are unique to this deck. Because yeah. So this is Way. I'm okay. And then this is Duality. So these are the two extra cards for the Luna Soul Tarot. Beautiful, beautiful. So let me shuffle. So actually, this is going to be not necessarily a tutorial on how to shuffle or how to season a new tarot deck. And I do have a blog post and I believe a podcast episode on how to break in your new tarot deck. So what I usually do is I just do my overhand shuffle. And then if I want to work with the reversals, I do this. So I cut the deck, and then I flip. And then I put it back in, and then I shuffle again. And in doing this, I'll do this any number of times, and I'll also do the cutting and the flipping any number of times until I feel good to go. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll take out the clumps. You know, like the clumps of like, oh, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 of swords all at one time. And then I'll take those individually out and parse them in and then shuffle again to make sure I've really shuffled thoroughly. Because sometimes with this method of overhand shuffling, because I have very small hands, they tend to clump together if it's in a new deck. So I want to make sure that I'm not doing that. Thank you, Jenny, where your website really is a wealth of info. I should hope so. I have been maintaining Tarot by Hillary since 2011. So 11 years? 13 years? 12 years? So yeah, if you ever have any questions, you've got that website. Hello, Jasmine. Nice to see you. Welcome to the broadcast and my unboxing video. So yeah, I mean, like I've been maintaining my website and doing blog posts and doing trainings and different things and workshops and tarot wraps and a lot of stuff since 2011. I mean, I actually started my tarot reading business in 2005, the first time I exchanged money for a tarot reading. But it took me a long time to feel confident enough to start charging for readings. I actually started learning to read tarot cards when I was 16, and I am 40 now. So I've been working with the cards for a very long time, but it did take time and practice to feel confident enough to start charging. And that's also another piece of advice that I give to newer readers that do want to do this as, you know, a business, whether it's part-time, full-time. You really have to treat this as if it's a business, because it is. Don't treat your hobby like a hobby, you know, treat it like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, you're going to make hobby money. It's just, you know, it's just what it is. So there's that. And also, even if you are not ready to charge yet, be clear that you're not ready to charge yet, but there needs to be some kind of exchange. And usually what I like to do is exchange your reading for a testimonial. So then when you feel ready and secure enough to start charging for your readings, you already have your testimonials page written for you, basically. And you already have this kind of like this currency of word of mouth. And by the way, word of mouth is, there's no other advertising on the planet like it. And that's where most of my clients originally came from. Is a client of mine said, you have to get a reading from her, she's great. So it's just like, no matter how many sales funnels or Facebook ads or whatever the hell you do, there is no comparison to word of mouth. Word of mouth is the gold standard, especially in being a service provider. So I do have another note in here about a reading. Jasmine, I would love to work with you. You can go ahead and book a reading on tarotbyhillary.com. This is an unboxing video, so don't usually do freebies. But I'm happy to read your cards for you. Book a reading at tarotbyhillary.com. Okay. I'm a very good reader. I've been doing it for a long time. So shuffling. These do shuffle to answer Jenny's question. These do shuffle very well. Actually, let me show my services in here since people were asking about that. So there's me at my reading table. So it's $75 for a 30-minute reading, and it is $130 for an hour-long reading. And I do generally prefer first-time clients booking an hour reading so that I can really cover all the bases and answer any questions that you might have, and also not feel constricted with the time crunch. It's just like, let's have the time to really get your questions answered. So I will show that, and it's very easy to purchase a reading with me. tarotbyhillary.com/purchase a reading, or there's a schedule button on the top of my page. So we'd love to work with you. So to answer Jenny's question about how these cards, the Luna Soul, shuffles, how does it shuffle? It shuffles very well. Thank you for asking. It's nice. It's smooth, but not too smooth and not too rough. Again, as I was saying before, if you happen to be newer to the broadcast, if it's too much friction, it's not going to shuffle well, and it's just like not going to shuffle at all. And if it's too smooth or loosey-goosey, your deck is just going to fly all over the place. Like, talk about jumper cards. It's going to be like 78 card pickup, which you don't want. So, speaking of jumper cards, yeah, you got the judge, just flipped over the Judgment card. So block out all other opinions today. Your opinion is the one that matters most. That's for someone, I don't know whoever is watching right now and feels the resonance of other people's opinions weighing down on you. Block it out. You're your own greatest critic, and you're your own greatest advice giver and opinion giver. Your opinion is the one that matters. So there's a reading for anyone that wanted it. All right. So this is a beautiful deck. I'm going to start working with it. I'll probably do it as my card of the day, deck of the month for my card of the day pulls for the month of March. I've got so many decks, though, that I need to review and work with that I really just have to schedule the time to do all of that. So nice. Very nice. Smooth handling. Very nice. Almost like a car. Smooth handling, 4-wheel drive, very nice. So again, the packaging is lovely. And I am going to put this deck back so that I don't have all of my decks flying all over the place or all over my workspace. I don't want to jam it in there and destroy the cards. I want to be very respectful to the cards. So again, that's the inner box. This is the outer box. Again, this was unboxing of the Luna Soul Tarot by Darren Schill and Mike Medallia, founders of Liminal 11. So you can get this through Liminal 11. Here is the outer box that I'm going to slip this right into. Gorgeous, beautiful, and click that back in. Very, very nice. I like it. 2 thumbs up so far, and we'll see how it reads in March. So thank you all so much for watching. Again, I want to remind you, this is a surprise episode, surprise unboxing. So I hope you enjoyed it. I am going to remind everybody that I do weekly shows every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to pull that crawler up and let you know about that, because I love to do it. And this week's episode is going to be on the 13 Moons tarot spread from the Wild Unknown, Kim Kranz, because we talked last week about the year-long tarot spread from the Amberstones, Ruth Ann and Wald, who run the tarot school, and also usually do the Reader's Studio conference that I just mentioned about getting the Fountain Tarot from and stalking the creators of the Fountain Tarot. Unfortunately, I don't think Reader Studio is happening this year because, pandemic is still going on. It's still a thing. But yeah, we do episodes every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you would like to book a reading with me, you know where to find me, tarotbyhillary.com, except no substitutes. That is Hillary with 1 L. And my appointment book is open for the last week in February. Also, I think the rest of this week, and also into March. So I have email readings available, Skype, and phone readings available. No in-person readings still yet. Hopefully I'll be able to open that back up in the summer or late spring, depending on how the world is. But honestly, phone and Skype readings and email readings, they're just as good. They really are. So it just depends on how you want the information delivered. And I am an accurate and professional tarot reader. I've been doing this for a really long time, since 2005 professionally. And I would love to work with you. Get on my books. So I'm assuming that's Amanda. This was such a fun and thorough unboxing. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. And Jenny says, think of it as happy hour. I guess on Friday nights or now. This might be a little bit of an early happy hour, methinks. But I'll take it. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, pick up the Luna Soul Tarot from Liminal 11. I like it. Me likey. Love the packaging. Love how it shuffles. It looks like a very nice deck, and I'm looking forward to working with it some more. So, and I'll probably do a review in April after working with it for a month. That is my usual jam. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. Bye.